Have you ever found yourself waking up during the night, especially between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m.? You go to bed with plans to wake up at a normal time, like 7 a.m. or 8 a.m., but suddenly you're awake in the middle of the night. You try everything, going to bed early, avoiding caffeine, exercising, but no matter what you do, you still wake up around the same time. It's always between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. But why does this happen? Is there a deeper meaning? Should you be worried? Or is it just your body's sleep cycle acting up? If you've ever found yourself awake during these hours, you're probably asking why. What's going on? Who or what is waking you up? And most importantly, is it a spiritual sign? In this video, we're going to explore why this happens and what you should do about it. Keep watching until the end, and I'll share with you the 3 important actions you should take if you wake up during these hours. Let's start by answering the big question. Is it spiritual? The short answer is yes. This unusual wake-up time isn't just a random part of your sleep pattern. It can be a spiritual experience with deep significance. If you're skeptical, that's okay. But let's dive into the science first, and then I'll explain the spiritual perspective. From a scientific standpoint, waking up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. can be explained by a couple of factors, mainly stress, anxiety, or other emotional disturbances. These things affect your body in ways that disrupt your sleep cycle. When you're stressed or anxious about something, it can be hard to stay asleep, and this could be why you wake up during the night. Another possibility is that you may be worrying about something, even if you don't realize it. If your mind is full of thoughts about personal problems or events that happen during the day, those worries can interrupt your sleep, waking you up at odd hours. In fact, conditions like insomnia or sleep apnea can also lead to sleep disruptions that make you wake up in the middle of the night. There's also something called the circadian rhythm. This is your body's internal clock that controls when you feel awake and when you feel sleepy. Your body temperature changes throughout the night, and certain hormones fluctuate. This natural cycle can cause periods of light sleep or waking up at specific times, which might explain why you wake up at around 3 a.m. While all of this makes sense from a biological and psychological standpoint, I believe there's more to it than just science. Sure, stress and sleep cycles play a role, but there's a deeper spiritual meaning to these early morning wake-up times, especially if it happens frequently. Now, let's talk about the spiritual side of waking up at these odd hours. Many spiritual traditions believe that the hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. hold special significance. This time, known as the last watch of the night, is considered a moment when the boundary between the physical world and the spiritual world is thinner. It's during this time that divine intervention or spiritual encounters are said to occur. This idea is not new. Take the story of Jacob in the Bible. In Genesis 32, Jacob wrestled with God all night until dawn, a moment that changed his name to Israel and transformed his life. Jacob wrestles with a mysterious figure all night long until the morning. This figure is often interpreted as an angel or a manifestation of God. During this struggle, Jacob's life is transformed, and he receives a new name, Israel, which means he who struggles with God. This encounter marks a turning point in his life. What's powerful about this story is that it took place during the night, in the quiet hours when most people are asleep. It was during these early hours that Jacob encountered something divine, and it led to a blessing and transformation. The same can happen for us if we understand what is going on when we wake up between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. So why does God choose this time to reach out to us? Why is it so significant? The spiritual tradition believes these early hours are a time when God calls us to be alert, to pray, and to listen. When we wake up during this time, it may not be by chance. It could be a divine invitation for us to connect with God on a deeper level. It's a time when God might want to speak to us, offer us guidance, or show us something we need to know. During this time, God may be calling us to intercede, not just for ourselves, but for the people around us. The hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. are often thought to be a vulnerable time when negative forces or darkness may try to influence the coming day. This is where God calls us to stand as watchmen, to pray against these forces, and to invite God's will into our lives and the lives of others. If you're waking up at this time regularly, it could be God calling you to pray for your family, friends, or even the world. It could be a time to reflect, meditate, or simply listen for God's voice. These moments are an opportunity for spiritual growth and awakening. So what should you do when you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m.? Don't roll over and try to force yourself back to sleep. Instead, see this as a divine invitation. Here's what you must do. Number 1, recall and reflect on your dreams. Dreams often carry messages. Before waking, you might have been dreaming something significant, even if it feels vague now. Sit quietly and ask yourself, what was I dreaming about? Did I feel peaceful, or was there something unsettling? Keep a notebook by your bed and jot down anything that comes to mind. Even small details can hold meaning. Over time, patterns or messages may emerge. If you're spiritually inclined, pray for understanding or ask for clarity. Number 2, meditate and listen. If you can't remember your dreams, don't worry. This is still your moment to connect. Take a deep breath and let the quiet of the night guide you. Find a comfortable position. Close your eyes and focus on your breath. Ask, what do I need to hear right now? This isn't about forcing an answer. It's about opening your heart and mind. Whether you call it intuition, God's voice, or inner guidance, something might emerge that helps you find clarity or peace. Number 3, declare and decree positivity. Finally, use this time to speak life over your day. There's incredible power in words. What you declare in these quiet hours can set the tone for what's ahead. Try saying things like, I declare peace over my mind and body today. I decree blessings and protection for my family. I invite light, love, and divine guidance into my life. This isn't just wishful thinking. It's about aligning yourself with a higher energy, choosing faith over fear, and claiming the promises that are meant for you. When you start seeing these wake-ups as opportunities rather than annoyances, everything changes. You might notice a deeper sense of peace, clarity in decisions or relationships, breakthroughs in areas where you felt stuck. This isn't about magic. It's about being open, present, and intentional. You're not just awake, you're awakened. Between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m., you're also being called to a higher role, a watchman. In spiritual terms, a watchman is someone who stands guard, praying, interceding, and protecting their family, community, and even the world. Think about it. While most people are asleep, you're awake, alert, and able to influence the day ahead. By praying and declaring blessings, you're not just changing your life, you're shaping the lives of those around you. If you've been waking up during these hours, it's not random. It's a gift, a sacred appointment. The question is, will you answer the call? This time could be your opportunity to deepen your relationship with God, align with your purpose, and step into the person you're meant to be. It might feel challenging at first, but remember, even Jacob wrestled before receiving his blessing. So tonight, when you find yourself awake at 3 a.m., don't be frustrated. Instead, take a deep breath and remember this. You've been chosen for this moment. It's not just about what's waking you up, it's about who you're becoming. Embrace the stillness, listen to the call, and take these 3 steps: reflect, meditate, and declare to transform your nights into moments of divine breakthrough.